Does your team do 15 events a year? Because Julie's does. Mark Wingerter here in the Grand Junction office. I'm sitting here with Julie Shafer from the Shafer Team. I just figured touch base with you on a couple of things. Let's start real quick with how long have you been in the business?
I have officially been a licensed agent for just over 4 years now.
That's awesome. You've not wasted any time. So how many people are on your team now?
We have, there's 4 licensed agents,
Okay.
and then I have a licensed assistant as well.
Fantastic. Your team is very active in the community. I don't know if there's anybody in the entire company that does as much stuff as you guys do for the community. Can you give me a quick rundown of all the events that you guys are involved in a year?
Well, you have to understand my background, and that's part of how we got here. Yeah, I used to run a group of radio stations,
Okay.
and I was the general manager for 5 radio stations. Then I left that and went to work for Country Jam as the director of Country Jam for almost 12 years. Ran Country Jam, ran Rock Jam, and then got out of that, had my own marketing company, and then made the transfer over to full-time realtor.
That's awesome. So you did that
With
side by side for a little bit?
I did, yes.
Great.
And so part of that, in my background with all of those other things has led me to a lot of events previously.
Great.
I'm a big believer in doing fundraisers for nonprofits and then community events. I'm currently, I just stepped down from the past 2 years. I was the board chair for Visit Grand Junction.
Great.
And which is, deals with tourism in the Grand Valley and stuff throughout Western Colorado, as a matter of fact. And I'm involved with the Grand Junction Air Show. I've been on the board of directors of that for over 30 years.
Wow.
And
I did not realize that.
Yeah, yes. We've developed, part of the other thing that I look for events, United Way of the Grand Valley. We're doing, it's called Taste of the Grand Valley. That'll take place here the end of the month. That is something that, my husband and I have been actively involved with for many, many years. In fact, I started that event.
Wow.
I was one of the founders and stuff. And so we believe in helping out. I don't spend a lot of time with the United Way board necessarily, but it is a way that we can stay involved with the community. We try to incorporate events year round for us, for our team. And I try to do that, encourage them, even with their open houses and other things. Think of those as mini events.
Absolutely.
We get involved with the farmers markets. We get involved with, we still get involved at times indirectly with Country Jam. We did a pumpkin patch out at the Moon Farm this last year, where we encouraged everyone to bring their families out there. We're able to host that with the office here.
Yeah, that was a great event.
Yeah,
Why do you feel it's important to get involved in so many of these events? I mean, at this point, obviously that's what you were doing for a living before, but what drives you to continue to do that?
It keeps me connected with the valley. It keeps me connected with what's going on in the area. Grand Junction is a growing area. Absolutely. The Grand Valley is a growing area. And, my husband is retired, so he's not working full time now or anything. And it is I'm a big believer that you need to be involved. You need to be able to give back to the nonprofits. You need to be able to give back and stay connected to know what's going on. That's my source of energy, I feel like, is all of these events and the connections that I have from the other entities and the other groups that we're involved in throughout the year.
Absolutely. How has all this community involvement impacted your business?
Well, we've had tremendous success.
Yeah.
I feel like. We're still growing.
I think 4 years in, you're doing fine. Please
understand, we're still growing, and it's because I've got an awesome team.
Right.
It is not because, Julie is this, overpowering, awesome realtor by any stretch of the imagination. But I feel like I've done a pretty good job of being able to bring together some personalities that really fit together well. They kind of see the vision that I have of where I want to take things and where we want to take things, because we really believe in this as a team.
Well, they're gonna, and if they have some ownership in it,
Yes.
it's a whole different thing than if it's you dictating, hey, we're doing this.
Right.
And they don't care about it. If and, and that's a dynamic that doesn't work.
The first
and
year
you guys very good.
The first year that they were involved with Rockestra, they didn't understand
right.
that. What are you doing? A fundraiser for CMU's scholarship program,
Right.
and they showed up. The team members showed up. We had 800 individuals sitting there to watch that concert that night.
That's
something that we owned, we put on, and all of a sudden the rest of the team was like, holy smokes, now I get it.
It
now
makes sense.
I get it.
Right.
It makes sense. So this last year, when it came time for the Rockestra concert again, they were all about that. Okay, what can we do? How can we do this better? And
That's great.
so every year we grow and grow and grow a little bit more and add a few other things into our little repertoire, and away we go.
That's fantastic. So if you were to tell somebody that was maybe looking at building a team, how to gather that dynamic, I mean, like, that's an important thing. I mean, how do you go about finding people that fit, I guess?
Well, again, you've got to get out of your office.
Right.
You need to be involved in different events. You need to be involved in the office. Be involved in your local realtor association. Be involved in just the community. And you're always out there. You sell yourself, but you're always engaged in that conversation. And when you see somebody that is interested, or you feel like is a good fit, and so whether they're a realtor or not, I mean, they may just be thinking about it at this point. You need to have that conversation and start building that relationship to bring them on with you.
That's fantastic. I really appreciate you sitting down with me for a few minutes here. I know you got some stuff to go hopefully sell today.
Hey, we're meeting about air show, as a matter of fact, for this.
Yeah, and for those that are keeping track, I think that's like 25 events you just talked about in this few minutes, and I know we missed them a bunch. So yeah, it's amazing what you do for the community. We really appreciate it as a valley, or we should.
Sure.
But thank you very much for your time today.
Oh, you bet. Thank you.
All right. And with that, we'll wrap this up. Thank you for watching, everybody.